Sensei Alex Kakuyo, and the title of today's talk is The Two Truths Doctrine of Buddhism. But before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. Now, one of the interesting things about Buddhism is sometimes we seem to get conflicting instructions. For example, we're told that this body and all of reality is illusory, that everything is made up of aggregates of other things, that we are constantly changing, that we have no permanently abiding self. In fact, we're told that we have no self to speak of. And yet, we're also given a host of moral tenets in the Noble Eightfold Path, the 5 Great Precepts, the 6 Perfections, etc., that tell us how to live inside of this illusory world. So we're told that this world isn't real, but we should behave like it is. And to understand why this is the case, we need to understand something called the Two Truths Doctrine. And this doctrine simply says that our world exists in 2 states simultaneously. There is the absolute world, or the spiritual realm, and then there's the conventional realm, or everyday life. So, in the absolute realm, this body is an illusion. It's constantly changing, it has no permanently abiding self, it is an aggregate of things. In the conventional world, however, this body is very real. It feels pain, it can speak, it can read books, it has families and friends. So, which is true? Well, they're both true. And that's why we have 2 hands. So we can hold both of these truths, the absolute and the conventional, simultaneously. The conventional teachings of Buddhism, the Noble Eightfold Path, the 5 Great Precepts, help us take care of this conventional world, which is, again, an illusion, but an illusion we live in. And the absolute teachings of Buddhism, such as the insights we receive from meditation, right mindfulness, and right effort, allow us to see the bigger picture. So we take care of the conventional world, but when things are out of our control, we can take a step back into the absolute and realize that it's really not as big a deal as it seems. A good example of this would be sitting in meditation, living in the absolute for a while as we drop into samadhi, and then getting up from the cushion and washing the dishes. The meditation is a practice of the absolute. The washing dishes is a teaching of the conventional. Both are important. It's hard to meditate if you have a sink full of dirty dishes. And as we do this, as we move between the conventional and the absolute world in our practice, eventually those lines begin to blur until they become one and the same. We can think of it as 2 sides of a coin. The head side is different from the tail side, but it doesn't change the fact that they're part of the same coin. Similarly, the conventional and the absolute teachings of Buddhism are different, but they're part of the same coin, the same Dharma. And this is important to realize because this is the infamous middle way that we speak about so much in Buddhist practice. A middle way between the absolute and the conventional, where we both take care of the conventional parts of our reality while seeing the bigger picture. This is something the Buddha had to learn. The first half of his life was fully in the conventional when he lived in the palace. And then there was a 6-year period when he was an ascetic and he was all about the absolute, ignoring the needs of his body. And he almost died as a result. It was only when he learned to walk the middle way, living as a monastic devoted to meditative practices, and still eating and sleeping and caring for his body and the community at the same time, that he was able to realize enlightenment. so it is with us. If we're able to walk this middle way, this path between the absolute and the conventional, if we're able to hold both of them, one in each hand, we too will realize enlightenment